Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's Tuesday, January 12th, and this is our reading lesson for today. Okay, so yesterday we talked about our theme, which was plants and how they grow and change. And we learned a couple new vocabulary words. One of them was bloom. Well, we saw the pretty flowers because bloom is when the flower bud opens. That means it blooms. And the other one was sprout. When seeds sprout, they begin to grow. So those were two good plant words, bloom and sprout. Okay, and we have a few more to learn today. So one of them is assist. Assist. This is what it looks like in the corner. A-S-S-I-S-T, and it says assist. Assist means to help. So if I said, could someone assist me in pulling my cart, means can somebody help me? Assist. That doesn't really sound like a plant word, but something could assist a plant to help it grow, I guess. Okay, and another one, spied. The base word would be spy. If you make it past tense, you would change it to spied. Spied means you noticed or saw something. So it looks like the cat spied a mouse sneaking across the table. Spied means you noticed it. And then we have grasped. That also has the ed. The base word is grasp. If you grasp something, you grab it, hold on to it like this. I grasp my marker. But if I say I grasped my marker so tight, it has the ed on the end. Grasped means you hold it tightly. Maya grasped the string of the kite so it would not blow away. So she held it tightly. Okay, so those last words were kind of different in how we have to figure out what they have to do with plants. Let's see if I can spread these out here. So we have bloom, sprout, assist, spied, and grasped. Now these are vocabulary words that we're just learning the meanings of them. And we're learning how to use them when we talk. So when you hear those words, you might know what they mean now. Okay? Yesterday we read our big book Mystery Vine. And today we're going to read our vocabulary story from our cards. Okay, before we read our cards, let's look at our words again for the week. Not our vocab words. These are our high frequency, our sight words. Grow, pretty, together, should, water, green. Okay, one more time. Sorry, my card started falling out of my lap. There we go. Okay, that last time I didn't read them with you. I hope you were able to read them. Those cards are falling out of my lap. One more time. Grow. Pretty. Together. Should. Water. Green. Okay. All right. Remember, water and should are on your spelling test, so you need to be able to spell those also. Okay, so our story this week, I always love our vocab stories. This one is called The Great Big Gigantic turnip? What is a turnip? It is a vegetable grown underground. If you tried a turnip, I don't know that you'd like it. I always think of a radish. I don't really know what the difference between a turnip and a radish is. If you've ever had a radish, the red vegetables that are sometimes like in a salad, not tomatoes, but kind of purplish. Well, this is a Russian folktale, so it's told in Russia, folktale in Russia. Like a folktale is Little Red Riding Hood. This is also a folktale. Okay, you're going to hear the word bloom and sprout on this page. There was once an old man who planted a turnip. He dug a hole deep into the ground and gently placed the tiny seed inside. May this small seed sprout and grow a turnip big enough for my whole family to feast upon, he said as he covered the seed with dirt. Then he gave the plant some water and went home. The next day he returned to the garden. He noticed that the seed had grown. The turnip plant came up to his knees. The old man smiled. He gave it water and sang it his favorite songs. Each day, the turnip grew bigger and bigger. Soon the plant was higher than the man's waist. Then it came up to his nose. The old man and his family couldn't believe they had grown such a marvelous plant. To them, it was more wonderful than the prettiest roses in full bloom. They're so happy because they're going to have lots of food to eat from this turnip. Okay, the word assist, to help, is on this page. Think about what they need help with. Soon the turnip was bigger than the man himself. He decided it was time to pull it up. What a splendid stew this beauty will make, he thought. He pulled at the turnip, but it did not come up. So he yanked and tugged and pulled some more, but the turnip did not budge. The man called his wife. Dear wife, please come and assist me in pulling up this turnip so that we can make a fine stew. With pleasure, said his wife. Smacking her lips, she held on to her husband as he grabbed the top of the turnip. Together they pulled and tugged and yanked and pulled some more. But no matter how hard they both tried, they could not pull up the gigantic turnip. Their son came out of the house. My sturdy son, called the woman, please come and help us pull up this turnip. I certainly will, said the boy. He held on to his mother, who held on to her husband, and together they pulled and tugged and yanked and pulled some more. But no matter how hard they all tried, they could not pull up the gigantic turnip. What might happen next? Think about it. Make a prediction. What might happen next? Okay. Did you say maybe they're going to ask somebody else to help? Or maybe they figured out how to get it out? Let's see. Grasped is on this page. Grasped. Hold tightly. Then the boy saw his sister walking by. Strong sister, please come and help us pull up this turnip, he cried. So the girl ran over and grasped her brother, who held on to his mother, who held on to her husband. Together they, help me this time, pulled and tugged and yanked and pulled some more. Did it come up? But no matter how hard they all tried, they could not pull up the gigantic turnip. Then the girl saw her dog near the fence. Powerful Pooch, she said. Come and help us pull up this turnip. The dog ran over and took hold of the girl's dress in its mouth, and together everyone pulled and tugged and yanked and pulled some more. But no matter how hard they all tried, They could not pull up the gigantic turnip. Then the dog saw a cat in a tree. "Fierce feline," he barked. "Come and help us pull up this turnip." The cat meowed and ran over and took hold of the dog. Together, everyone pulled and yanked and tugged and pulled some more. But no matter how hard they all tried, they still could not pull up that gigantic turnip. Now what? What can they do now? Notice everybody is getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So what could be next? Saw something. Then the cat spied a little mouse under a cabbage plant. Did you guess it would be a little mouse? "Mighty Mouse, come and help us pull up this turnip," the cat meowed. Can you see him down there? "That mouse is not mighty," they all cried, "and she certainly will not be able to help us pull up the turnip." But the mouse ran over and held onto the cat, and together everyone pulled and tugged and yanked and pulled some more. Then, to everyone's amazement, the turnip flew out of the ground so fast that the man, the woman, the boy, the girl, the dog, the cat, and the mouse all fell backwards right on top of each other. The man looked at the huge turnip and turned to the others. "Please help me eat this gigantic turnip," he cried. So they each held onto a part of the turnip and walked it home. The stew was as delicious as the man had said it would be, and they all had 3 helpings, even the tiny mouse. So the mouse did help. They just needed a little bit more, and the mouse gave it to them. So have faith, because sometimes, even though you're little, you can still do a lot. So they got that gigantic turnip. I think we helped a little bit too, don't you think, with our pulling? Okay, so that turnip, he took care of that turnip, and it grew big, 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 big. And he watered it. He sang it songs. It had sun, it had air, it had soil. All right. Okay, today for reading, the other thing that we need to do is practice our story from yesterday. And we have to do our page from our book, or our online practice book. Okay, so first, oops, I'm losing my pages. Okay, so first, I'm going to move you over to my thing, and you get your paper. It should be in your packet with your book, and it has the word wall words on one side, and that's the side we're going to start with, the one with the word wall words. I'm going to move you while you get it. And you can pause me if you need to. And you're also going to need your little reading book if you haven't got that yet out. Now it seems like you're so high up there. All right, and I need Okay, before we do our book, I'm going to start writing a word wall word. And as I write it, I want you to see if you can figure out what I'm writing. Okay, they are over there on the wall, if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't know how tiny your picture is of me. There, can you see it better? I'm going to show you how many letters. And I'm going to start filling it in. Some of you have already said it. What's my last letter? Pretty. Good job. All right, another one. Those are some big words this week. If you know it, finish spelling it for me. Good. Should. S-H-O-U-L-D. Should. Good job. Ooh, I got a good one. You're going to know it right away, probably. To. Get. H-E-R. Together. Look at how many letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, here's a good one. This one has a lot to do with plants. Grow. Are you guessing them right away, or is it taking a little while? It's only Tuesday, so we might not know these words as well as we will by the end of the week. But you're getting better at them. Something plants need. Water. T-E-R. Water. Okay, there's one left, so you probably know which one I'm doing. Ooh, looks like grow again, but it's not grow. Green. Good job. Green. Green. Okay, so let's see our packet. Inside your packet, we're going to, not this yet, we're going to do our page first. All right, so I know it looks like this on the front. Let's go to the back where you're going to see this. Complete each sentence, use one of the words in the box. Okay, so before you start, watch and look. Here are our words. Help me read them. Let me grab my pointer. Help me read them. Green, grow, together, should, pretty, water. Okay, so there's 6 words and there are 6 sentences. And let's see if they start any of the sentences. If these are going to be in the front of the sentence. No. So that means we don't have to capitalize any of them. So you're going to read the sentence, fill in the word that makes the sentence make sense. Okay, I want you to pause me and do that side. Okay, so you have this side complete. You need to send a picture of that to your teacher. Okay, make sure you spelled your words correctly because they're right there for you to look at. All right, let's look at the other side. This is more of a phonics paper. And this has the long I with the magic E. The long I, consonant E spelling, makes the long I sound you hear in ride. Read the words in the box. Listen for the long I sound. Write the word that names each picture. So you have 4 words, and you have to write them next to the picture that it names. And then at the bottom, use one of these words and write a sentence using one of these words in your sentence. So like a kite, you could write a sentence about something about a kite, or a bike, or a dime, or a smile. And then send a picture to your teacher. Okay, go ahead and pause me and do that. Okay, now let's get out our book, Time to Plant. It's your little reading book, the story we read yesterday. Okay, today we're just going to practice reading it together. Again, it's a play where we should have people reading the different parts. But since we can't do that, we're just going to say the name of who's talking, and then we're going to say what they say, like they would say it. Okay? So the title, Time to Plant. And here's our cast members. I'm going to go ahead and play this just so you can hear the names.
Cast: Beth, Mike, Gramps, Dad, Mom, Miss White. Narrator.
And Miss White, she's not until the very end of the story, right? So if you were playing the part of Miss White, you wouldn't talk until the very end of the story. All right, here we go. Ready? Beth. Dad, can we plant a garden? Dad. Yes, that will be fine. Gramps. We can plant vegetables. Mike. Yum, let's do it together. Mom. Dad and I will dig. Mike. I will drop in 5 seeds. Gramps. I will set in green plants. Beth. And I will get water. Narrator. So nobody's talking. Well, the narrator's talking. She's just telling what's happening now. So days pass. The sun shines. Rain plinks and plunks. Beth. I can spot buds on the vines. Dad. Sun and water made them grow. Narrator. Days pass. The sun shines. Rain drips and drops. Beth. The vegetables got big. Dad. We should pick them. Mom. Yes, it's time. Mike. I like to munch while I pick. I will take a bite. Yum! Gramps. Sun and water made them ripe. Ripe means they're ready to eat. Narrator. They pick piles and piles. Yikes, that's a lot. Whoop, that was Beth. Sorry, that was my fault again. Beth. Yikes, that's a lot. Mike. We can't eat them all. Gramps. I think I have a plan. Mike. This bag is for you. Miss White. They are such pretty vegetables. Thank you. Beth. Sun and water made them grow. Okay, so yesterday we didn't talk about this page. This page is talking about sequence. Sequence is the order in which something happens. So events in a story or a play happen in a certain order or sequence. The events are the plot of the story. So find the first thing that happens in Time to Plant. So remember on that first page, Beth said, Dad, can we plant a garden? And Dad said, yes, that will be fine. So let's look over here. First, the family plants a garden. Yeah, because Beth asked and Dad said yes, and so they did. So first the family plants a garden. Next, the plants get big and grow. Okay, they got big and they grew. Then what happened? Then the family picks the vegetables. They picked them and they said, wow, there's so many, we can't eat them all. Last, they share their vegetables. That was the order. Those are the important things that happened. They planted a garden. The plants got big and they grew. Then they picked the vegetables and then they shared the vegetables. Okay. So what you need to do now, make sure you send those pictures of the paper that you did, both sides. But then I need you to go back and read again, Time to Plant. If you want to, like I said yesterday, you can read it with somebody and you can each take some parts. You might have to do 3 parts and whoever you're reading with might have to do 3 parts, or if you can find more people, then you could do less parts. So I want you to reread it, and if there's nobody to read it with you, that's okay. You can read it just like we did. Say the name of who's talking and then read their part. And practice this story. You want to be fluent. You want to be able to read it just like you're talking. Just like we talk in conversation. Remember those magic E words? Shines. They say I. Vines. Vines. I know that's kind of far away for you. I've. 5. That takes practice too. So I know it might not be easy, but you keep practicing it and it'll get easier and easier. Okay, so that is our reading for today on this Tuesday. So make sure you just send your pictures of your papers, and I will see you tomorrow for reading. Make sure you read some more, boys and girls. Have a good night. Bye.